Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome back. It's like the spider saying to the fly, "Welcome to my parlor." Well, gentlemen, I'm going to talk of something which is very interesting and which is something which has excited me a lot. I've been having a look at the Islamic world for many, many years. I've spent a lot of time in the Middle East, and I've associated with a lot of Islamic people in India and even in America. And so I thought I should talk something about the transformation that is going on in Saudi Arabia. Now, before that, I say anything about Saudi Arabia, I'll remind you about what happened in Turkey. There used to be the Ottoman Empire, and after Turkey lost the First World War, the Turkish people are fed up with the caliphate, the sultans, and their massive harems and all that. So there was a revolution led by General Kemal Mustafa, later on who came to be known as the Ataturk. So this man overthrew the caliphate in 1922 and established a republic, a secular republic. That is the first thing he did. And the second thing he did was to modernize Turkey. So Kemal Ataturk is actually the founding father of modern Turkey. And there are reports that he was insistent on the Turkish woman wearing the Western dress. And there are reports that when somebody had a long burqa or something, it used to be cut off at the bottom so it could become a skirt. The soldiers would do it. But it was done with the connivance, with the help of the people who wanted a change from the obscurantism which was brought in by the caliphs who had ruled the Ottoman Empire, that is Turkey. And now, though there is a little reverse flow in the sense that President Erdogan is trying to get back a little bit to the extremism, the Islamic extremism, but it's not working out. So all credit to Kemal Mustafa Ataturk, who modernized Turkey. Gentlemen, something similar is happening in Saudi Arabia. Now, I used to think of Saudi Arabia as a very obscure country where hundreds of people were executed, rather in a very bizarre manner by beheading, which is given in the Islam. And I thought there would be no modernization, ever. But in 2017, there was one man who came to the helm of affairs in Saudi Arabia, and he is Prince Salman. He's a very famous man. You can see his smiling face with a beard, and he's brought in tremendous changes into a society which was moribund for 100 years or more. And Islam, which had taken roots in Saudi Arabia, and it was the Wahhabi, the extreme form of Islam which was practiced there, has been toned down. There used to be the moral police earlier, which to go around and checking who's not following the tenets of the state, but that police has lost its power now. And Salman has tried to move ahead. There have been economic compulsions also, because he knows that oil is not going to last forever, and maybe in another 20 or 30 years' time, there'll be no oil. So he's got to diversify the economy, and if you diversify the economy, you have to move forward. You can't go back. You've got to have half the population that consists of women to shoulder along with the men and move forward. So you have to come to terms with what's going on in the world. And this is precisely what Salman went about in a big way. Now, what are the things he's done? I think the first thing he did was to amend certain laws wherein it was required that there has to be a male guardian always with a woman. There was also a law that a woman would not be allowed to drive a car. So all this has been gone. He's been changing all that, and they've been holding certain ceremonies, some get-togethers with the foreign stars from Bollywood and Hollywood. I mean, there's a fresh breeze, a fresh wind which is blowing through Saudi Arabia. And now something has happened which I must tell you all. There is a person by the name of Rumi Al-Qatani. As a beautiful girl, I think I put a photo in the blurb. She's 27 years old, and the last bastion seems to have been broken because she's going to compete in the Miss World competition this year to be held in Mexico. And that's something which has come as an absolute shock to die-hard Islamists like in Pakistan, which is trying to be more Islamic than any other country in the world. And I think the Pakistanis are a little bewildered. But nobody else seems to be bewildered, neither the Egyptians or the Turks or nobody else. And nobody's made any comment about it also. It's been treated as a routine act. So this lady who's 27 years old and has won many other titles here, she's been in the field for some time, and she's going to compete in the Miss Universe competition, which is going to be held sometime, I think, in September this year in Mexico. So, gentlemen, it is a very, very big feather in the cap, not only of Saudi Arabia, but of Prince Salman. I would give all credit to him. And I've always maintained that if somebody has to, from the Middle East, follow anybody, then he must follow Kemal Atatürk. And that is, I think, to an extent, what Prince Salman is doing. So, gentlemen, Saudi Arabia is changing. It's like a sleeping giant which is awakening. There's a lot of openness in Saudi Arabia, and the textbooks are being rewritten. The earlier obscurantist talk about the Jews and all that is being removed from the books. Things are changing. But we must remember that he's bringing about a gradual change. And that is what really matters. It's not a revolution, and nothing going to happen overnight in Saudi Arabia. But he's decided, and he knows the way the UAE has progressed to become one of the richest countries in the world, that you can't continue in your obscurantism and all the religious police and all that and keep one half of the population behind bars. You can do that at the moment. So things are changing in Saudi Arabia, and all for the good. He's building a city on the Red Sea to match Dubai. So Dubai is going to have some competition, but it takes some time. Salman will have to bring in more liberalism there. And I hope he's successful. All my best wishes to him. And of course to the young lady when she competes in the Miss World, and I hope she gets some award. Well, gentlemen, I will close now. I'll say goodbye to you all. If you like my channel, please share it with your friends and come back for more. I expect it. Goodbye and God bless. Thank you.